The attack on DOMA just intensified, with 8 couples filing suit in Nevada. Meanwhile, President Obama weighs in on an anti-gay constitutional amendment, and signature gathering is off to a very slow start. I'm Matt Baum with the American Foundation for Equal Rights, and welcome to Marriage News Watch for April 16, 2012. It's getting harder by the day to keep track of all the lawsuits challenging state and federal marriage bans. Since AFER filed its case challenging Prop 8 in 2009, a slew of challenges have popped up all over the country. This week it was Nevada, with Lambda Legal filing a lawsuit on behalf of 8 couples. The basis for the lawsuit is that denying marriage to LGBT couples violates the Equal Protection Clause of the United States Constitution. AFER made the same argument, first in federal district court and then again on appeal, and we won both times. We'll be keeping a close eye on the Nevada case and on the nearly 24 cases involving the Federal Defense of Marriage Act. Meanwhile, public opinion continues to move to our side. A new survey in Maine shows 58% support marriage equality, just 2.5 years after voters narrowly approved a marriage ban. Equality Maine will attempt to overturn that ban on the ballot this November in what's likely to be a hotly contested campaign. Across the country, anti-gay activists in Washington state have been slow to collect enough signatures to force that state's new marriage equality law to referendum. They're shooting for 150,000 signatures by June 6th, but so far they've got just slightly over 5,000, less than 4% of their goal. If they can't collect enough signatures, the law will go into effect and marriages can start. Maryland is also likely to face a referendum on marriage this November. Governor Martin O'Malley signed a marriage equality law into effect this year, but anti-gay activists are collecting signatures for a referendum. This week, the Campaign to Protect the Marriage Equality Law hired an experienced campaign director, Josh Levin. Polling in Maryland is encouraging, with the latest polls showing voters favor marriage equality by 51 to 43%. But those numbers could change dramatically as campaigns ramp up on both sides. Maine, Washington, and Maryland aren't the only states heading towards a vote on marriage. Minnesota will also have an anti-gay constitutional amendment on the ballot this November. But this week, President Obama weighed in on the measure, calling it, quote, divisive and discriminatory. From legal challenges to ballot measures across the country, 2012's been the busiest year ever for marriage, and it's only going to get busier. You can stay up to date on all of these stories by subscribing to this channel and to AFER on Twitter and Facebook. And remember to do your part by giving Marriage News Watch a thumbs up and sharing it every week. I'm Matt Baum with the American Foundation for Equal Rights. We'll see you next week.